Hi guys, so welcome again. This is the official video that would introduce the course on how to professionally set up ads on Meta platform. So we're basically going to cover how to run Facebook and Instagram professional ads using the Facebook or the Meta most advanced advertising tool, which is the Meta Ads Manager, specifically the web version. Okay, so we're going to be focusing more on Meta Ads Manager on the desktop or on the laptop. So this is what it's going to cover because we have quite a lot of tools at our disposal when we use the most advanced tool, which is the Meta Ads Manager on the web version. Okay. Yeah, so I want to believe that before you started this course, you must have completed the course that talks about how to professionally set up your advertising assets or your business asset, where we talked about creating your business portfolio, best practices, your name compliance, and a whole lot. Linking your Facebook page, your Instagram professional account, and especially setting up a business ad account for your business before you begin professional ads or before you begin running ads on Facebook and Instagram. So for this particular video, we're basically going to cover the common terminologies on Meta Ads Manager. All right, so that you're going to get familiar with the terms and what each tool or feature is being used for, so that you're going to understand how it actually works and what you're expected to do. So we're going to move step by step to break down the different section, subsection, and other breakdowns on the Meta Ads Manager. So let's jump right straight into the video and begin. So we're going to open Ads Manager. So you visit facebook.com/ads manager. Usually it opens up the personal ad account of that Facebook profile. Okay, so you can see here that I've not run any ads on my personal ad account because it's a best practice. Okay, so what's going to happen next is that I'm going to switch to my preferred ad account. I'm going to scroll down here and just select one, which we're going to use for this tutorial. You could simply search, or you click on see more, then you select any of these ad accounts you prefer. All right, okay, let me search instead. I'm going to use this particular ad account. So this is a prepaid ad account for Nigeria and the currency is Nigerian Naira. So make sure you must have gone through other resources like we mentioned earlier to teach you how to professionally set up advertising assets before starting advertising on Meta. So this ad account is actually new. We haven't done much on this one. So we're going to use this for our first introductory class. Okay, so you can either click on this create button. Here is called the account overview. So you could set up your ads by clicking on the create button, but I'm going to show you the one that most advertisers are used to already, that shows a table of all the ad campaigns that have been run in previous time or they're active at that moment. So we click on campaigns. So this actually shows all the campaigns you've run on that ad account. Okay. Yeah, so you could see we only launched one test ad. For those of you who have gone through our course, you would understand why we did this. Okay, so let's jump right straight into the main video. So click on the create button here. Yeah, so if you see something like this, okay, it says, does your business AI world focus on politics or advocating for issues of national importance? So you could just say no. While if it's yes, you say yes for yours. So these are some notifications in case it affects you or your region. You could also take note of that. So let's click on the create button. For this particular video, we're going to focus more on SMEs, specifically small business owners that close deals or close sales on WhatsApp. Okay, so we're going to focus more on using an objective that allows you to send customers to your WhatsApp DM or your WhatsApp inbox. So we're going to select engagement. Engagement is perfect. You could use engagement or you could use sales if you want to send conversion to WhatsApp or have customers to chat to you. So I'm going to select engagement, then we scroll down and click on continue. We usually go for manual because experts are able to understand the platform perfectly, so you could confidently go for manual and decide how you want the system to work for you. Okay, so these are one of the things you're going to benefit once you enroll for the full training. Okay, so let's click on continue. You could also go for the tailored messaging campaign if you want. That's based on your preference. Okay, so you could set your name here. So we just call this class 1. This is where you could edit the campaign name. When you're trying to set up professional ads, the ad settings or the campaign settings is divided into 3 major groups. The first one, which is this one I just changed the name to class 1, is called the campaign level. So it's divided into 3 levels rather. So the first level is called campaign level, which is this. You could also find it here. The second level is called ad set level, which is this one, or this. It's called the ad set level. And the last one, but not the least, is called the ad level. So this is the ad level. So we're going to focus more on what each of these levels do while setting up an ad campaign on Meta Ads Manager. So we're going to break down the importance of each level and what you do on each level while using the Meta Ads Manager on the desktop. Okay. At this stage, special ad category is the first one. So here you have to declare if your ads are related to credit, employment, housing, social issues, elections, or politics. So take note, if you want to run an ad that falls under any of this category, you have to let Facebook know because some regions have special requirements for that. So let's say if you're running a real estate ad, it's very important you come down here, click on the categories, then you click on housing if it's real estate. While if it's a job opening, you go for employment, while if it's for credit, like loan, credit card offers, and etc., you go for this. While for social issues, election, and politics, you go for this. But most times, some of them have different requirements. You might be expected to have completed a process whereby you submit some relevant documents and approval from a region to carry out such kind of business in that region. And Facebook is expected to confirm that this kind of persons running these ads have the full authorization or approval from that region or from the necessary authorities that govern those kind of business activities. Okay, so but if your ads campaign doesn't fall under this, no need to select anything, so you just move on. Okay, I will scroll down. Then at this level, you have another chance to decide what is the buying type. You have unction and reach or frequency. So you click on, I've clicked on the edit button. So these are the 2 major types you could buy ads on Facebook. So the first one is unction and reservation. So it was previously known as frequency and reach, but Facebook changed it to reservation. Okay, but unction is what works best in most cases. Okay, but for this tutorial, we're going to focus on unction. Unction is what a lot of business use on Meta. Okay, then the next one, you have the opportunity to select your campaign objective in case you want to change it. So remember, before we came here, we actually selected the ad objective. So you also have another chance to edit it if you want. So you click on the edit button and you could choose or change your campaign objective. All right, so that's that. Next, we have the see more or show more option. So we click on show more option. So you could also decide to add campaign spending limits. So in case you're careful with the amount of money you want to spend, so you could set that here if you want. So don't forget, this particular video, we are basically teaching you what each feature does on the ads manager. Okay, we're not necessarily going to run any ads in this first video. All right, so the next one is Advantage Campaign Budget Plus. Okay, before we come down to this, so take note for this one, it's not compulsory for you to add anything. You could always determine that in other levels, or you could always constantly check your ad spending on Facebook. All right, so let's go back to the Advantage Campaign Budget Plus. So you could turn this on if you want to set up your budget at this level. But usually when you select your budget at this level, it might not show you the metrics of the amount of persons or the expected number of persons that would convert or that would take the relevant action that is most important to you. Okay, but this particular feature helps you to maximize your ad spend on Facebook. Okay. The next one is A/B test. So A/B test is for you to test your strategy or your different options. So like it says, it helps improve ad performance, test versions with different images, text your audience or targeting, as well as placement. For accuracy, each one will be shown to separate groups of your audience. So that's the use of A/B testing. Usually perfect for companies that are just launching and they want to find their perfect strategy that works online, not just their target audience, but they want to determine what actually works best for them. So you could highly invest in A/B tests. All right, that is all for this ad level. And don't forget, this is called the campaign level. And you could always set the name at the top here. Okay, so let's scroll down and click on next. Okay, before we do that, I know I just saw a button, create template. So this create template is basically how do you want the naming to be. So let's click on this create template. Yeah, so you can see campaign name. So you basically just, it's still related to how you want your campaign level to be called or the name you want to give the campaign level. So this is not really important. You could always edit this for every campaign. Okay, but in future courses, we'll dive deeper for cases like this where necessary. But like I said, it's name your campaigns consistently by creating a template based on your naming convention, okay? Or maybe what is most common in your organization. So campaign names will update automatically to match your current campaign settings. All right, so let's cancel this. So let's go back and click on next. It takes us to this page, which is the ad set level. So don't forget, this is called the ad set level. So you could also edit the name here. So we could call it class 1 ad set level. Okay, so okay. Next, so you could also see the create template here again. So like I said, it's not really important. If you want to set up a constant template that would use to determine your naming, you could do that by clicking on the create template. Or you could always decide the name of every level at every campaign setup or ad setup. Okay, so let's move on to the next. So this is the conversion. So conversion location, it says choose where you want to drive engagement about conversion location. Okay, so this is more like choose where you expect an action to be taken in this ad campaign you're trying to set up. And take note, usually you find the options here or the optimizations here changing depending on the ad objective you select before you start launching your campaign or at the ad campaign level. Okay, so for example, if you go for awareness, you might find something else here. If you go for sales, you might find something else here. So don't forget what we selected was engagement ad objective. Okay, so for engagement ad objective, these are the available conversions. So let's click on this drop down. So we're going to find them. Okay, let me scroll down a bit so that we're going to have a good view. So click on this drop down. So the first one is messaging app. Second one is on your ad. Okay, I'm going to break it down. So the first one is messaging app. It says get people to engage with your brand on Messenger, WhatsApp, or Instagram. The next one is on your ad, and it says get people to watch a video or interact with your post or event. So usually you will get more likes and comments for this. Yeah, when you go for this option. Then the next one is calls. So get people to call your business. Okay. The next one is website. It says get people to engage with your website. Yeah. The next one is app. It says get people to engage with your app. And the next one, which is the last, it says Facebook page. Get people to engage with your Facebook page. Usually to get them to like your Facebook page. Okay, or follow your Facebook page. All right. So we're going to focus more on the messaging app, which is already selected. Okay, but if you notice that yours is not selected, you click on the drop down like we did here and select the messaging app. So we're going to continue with this. Next is to select the Facebook page. Okay, so choose a page for this ad. All right, so you can see that this page only have Messenger since it's just a Facebook page. It's not connected to any Instagram account and WhatsApp. So we're going to teach you how to connect this in other course. Okay, so we could also change this page if you want, select another page if you want. So you click on this edit button to select other pages. You could select any of these, or you could search to bring out the particular one you want to use. So let's say I want to use Bright Agency. So I select Bright Agency. Bright Agency has an Instagram professional account connected and also a WhatsApp business account connected. So you could see. So you could decide to go for all three options when setting up this ad campaign. So let's scroll down. Yeah, so in some cases whereby you have multiple phone numbers connected to the page, you could also switch to the particular or the other phone number, or you could connect another number right here on Ads Manager. Okay, so you read up most of these instructions here to help you understand how the platform works over time. Okay, so next is the performance goal. So let's scroll down. The performance goal is maximum number of conversations. So in some other ad objective, you might have the option to change the performance goal or the optimization. All right, but for this one, it's default. You can't change this because you selected engagement and you selected messaging apps. So the system automatically believe that you want to get the most number of conversations with customers or people interested with what you offer. So for the bid control, you could set how much are you willing to pay per result. That is the highest amount of money you're willing to pay. Okay, so Meta will aim to spend your entire budget and get the most results using the highest volume bid strategy. Okay, so you could also click here and understand and get more information about bid control. Okay, so you could see set a bid control if you want to control your maximum bid in every auction. So you read all this to understand better about bid or bidding. Okay, so let's click on the show more options. When you get the full course, we're also going to talk more about bid and how to go about that. Some of our best recommendations we give for that. So click on see more options. Okay, so for this, you set up when you get charged. Usually Facebook will set a default of impression. Okay, so take note of that. Sometimes if you're running a Facebook page likes or followers to increase your Facebook page likes or followers, you might be able to set the when you get charged as when someone likes your page. Okay, then delivery type is standard. Okay, so not every optimization has the ability for you to edit it. Some of them Facebook has decided that this is what works best for everyone, so it's default. You can't change this particular one. Okay, so take note of that. So you could also come here. Okay, let's go back and so always come to this eye to get more information and understand. Okay, okay, so you read up all this while doing it for yours. So it says for here, it says when you get charged, the selection option determines when you pay for your ad. Okay, just as I explained. So you could also read up every other thing and click on learn more while you're trying to practice from your end. So for the delivery type, like I said, for here it's on standard. These are other information that we could find about it. It says standard delivery uses pacing to control your spend. So pacing keeps you from spending your budget too quick and is the recommended and preferred option for most advertisers. So you can see what I said. So Facebook most times will not allow you to edit what is working best for everyone. Okay, so accelerated delivery can be useful for time sensitive promotions, but is not recommended for live video ads. You need to set a bid cap to use accelerated delivery. So these are the conditions in order for you to use accelerated delivery. Okay, guys, so let's move down to budget. So this is where you can select your budget. You could also choose if it's daily or lifetime budget. Okay, so take note, if you select it lifetime budget, you must have an end date. Okay, you must have an end date. Yeah, so let me show you. I'm going to click on lifetime budget. So you can see the end date has already been selected. Okay, so let's go back to the daily budget. Okay, so for daily budget, you can decide to add an end date or not. So which means you could unmark this if you don't want an end date. So whenever you see this kind of notification that says this start date is in the past, reset your start date to today. Okay, so you could just simply push this time forward a bit. So you could see that currently the time is 1:25, but here it's showing 1:45. So if I should change this time to 2 p.m. or 2:04 p.m., that error will be resolved. Okay, so most times you'd also get other notifications here. Facebook wants you to give your attention to a particular thing, you'll find it here. So let's scroll down. Then here is called the budget scheduling. So you can now schedule budget increase in advance based on certain days or times when you anticipate higher sales opportunities, peak traffic periods, or other promotional time periods. So let's say, for example, if you usually have more sales on Wednesday, you could also set it here that on Wednesdays, increase my daily spending. Okay. Yeah. So this is where you could turn that on and set it up yourself. Okay. For all this, we're going to, okay. Then you could also go for ad scheduling. In order for you to use ad scheduling, you have to turn on the lifetime budget. So you have to use lifetime budget in order for you to use ad scheduling, where your ads will be able to run for a particular time period or day, and would also be able to not run in a particular time period or day within the week. Okay, so that's how the ad scheduling works. So let's scroll down. We'll talk about audience control. Okay, for audience control, this is where you set criteria for where ads for this campaign can be delivered. So which region do you want your ads to be displayed, or who do you want to see your ad? Okay, so you could also decide to use saved audience. So you could click here if you want. So if you, that is if you have any audience that have been saved. So we're going to cover a lot more about saved audience and other audience options in the upcoming videos. Okay, so for here you could click on show more options. Then you could set the age limit, the minimum age. Okay, then you could also exclude this custom audience if you want. So if you want to exclude a particular group of persons, you could do that. For here you could select the language you want. If you want it to only be English, select only English or only French or Spanish, etc. So the next one is called Advantage Plus Audience. Our technology automatically finds the audience. If you share an audience suggestion, we'll prioritize audience matching these profiles before searching more widely. Okay, so audience suggestion, you could add this if you want, depending on your strategy. Then you could also switch to the original audience option. So you click here. So, so the original audience option gives you more control in deciding who sees your ads. Okay, so this is just a notification, and it's best you are an expert before you start using this so that you understand fully how Facebook advertising platform work, which is why it's important for you to get the full course and take your time to master how ads manager works and some strategies that are currently working or that have been working and how to anticipate changes. Okay, so click on use original audience. Okay, because it's already in the Advantage Plus. Okay, okay, so this is the audience again. Okay, so here you're going to find saved audience. That is, if you have saved any audience. Here you could create a new audience like retargeting ads, lookalike audience, and etc. So let me click on that. You see custom audience, lookalike audience. So we're going to cover all of this when you purchase this course or a higher one, depending on what you're looking at. Okay, so we scroll down. So here you select your region. This is where you can select your location. Here you select your age. Yeah. Here you select the gender. Here you do your targeting, the kind of persons you want to see, their demographics, their interests or behavior. You do that here. Okay. And here is the language. So here you could also consider to run a 4 days A and B test to compare custom audience against Advantage Plus audience. So you could do this here if you want to run an A and B test, just as we mentioned at the campaign level. Okay, this is where you could save your audience after you're done doing your setup, so that if you want to use that same audience subsequently, so you have to save it and give it a name. So we're also going to teach you how to save audience when you purchase the course. Okay, or as you continue in this course, for those of you who have already purchased the course. Okay, so here is for placement. So if you want to edit your placement, automatically it's on Advantage Plus placement, where the system decides where your ad is being shown to help you maximize your budget and get you the most results. But if you have a personal target, or if you have a strategy that you believe would work for you, you could also edit your placement. So the placement basically covers, firstly, it's divided into two, the Advantage Plus placement and also the manual placement. Okay, so now we're going to go for the manual placement. Okay, so for this manual placement, so we're going to see manually choose the places to show your ad. The more placements you select, the more opportunities you will have to reach your target audience and achieve your business goals. Okay, yeah, so these are the available placements that you could find here. So Meta has Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network, and Messenger. So these are places where your ads can be shown to. So Audience Network are people or other applications, organizations that have partnered with Meta to show their ads on their platform. Okay, so you could also decide to show your ads on trusted partners of Meta. Yeah, so this is where to select or deselect. Okay, so that is how it works. So scroll down. Then you could also decide in more detailed in each of these platform, which particular place do you want the ads to show or not to show. So for apart from selecting the platform like Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, you could also decide, okay, show my ads on Facebook feeds, on stories and reels, okay, in-stream ads, search results, and etc. Okay, so these are apps and sites that are being integrated or they've partnered with Meta. All right, so let's move on to this option. So click on show more option. Okay, so you could see for here you could tweak devices, what kind of devices you want to see your ads. It's also possible. So very beautiful. So you can see specific mobile devices and operating systems. So you could select the ones you want to see your ads. For example, if you believe that okay, most iPhone users will be able to buy your product, maybe people who use iPhone 11 upwards, so you could do that here, or you could select Samsung phone users for Android. So these are different beautiful ways to do your targeting. Okay, here is brand safety and suitability. Prevent your ads from appearing near content that is not conducive for your brand or to your brand rather. So manage in brand safety and suitability. So you could edit that here and do the inventory filter. So these are some of the tools you could use. Inventory filter. You could also see publisher block list. So you could you could read up this I here that explains it more. And you could also read for here. Here is the publisher block list. Here is content type exclusions. You could also determine that here by clicking on the edit button for any of them. So before we go to the next level, which is the ad level, at this right hand bar, this particular area here, you're going to see your analytics and also your audience definition. So usually once you see this green light, it means your audience selection is fairly broad, which is okay. Yeah, so you could see the estimated audience size for the targeting used here is between 17.7 million to 20.9 million. Yeah, so for this audience definition, so you could also click on the eye, you get more information about it. The audience definition scale indicates whether an audience is specific or broad based on the audience selection you added or based on the targeting you did. So when an audience is too specific, ad delivery may be affected. Okay, so take note of that. Next one is the estimated daily results. So it's telling you that with the audience setup you've done, or the targeting you've done, and also the budget, and also the placement. So a lot of factors. So basically a lot of stuff you've done on this ad set level. This is the expected or estimated, rather the estimated daily results. Okay, so you could see. So you could click on the eye to understand further. So it's giving you a metrics to understand what your result could look like. So you could see for the conversations, which means number of messages started. They said you would get up to 5 to 13. Sometimes you might get higher, sometimes you might get lesser, sometimes you might get lesser, but this is an estimation of what Facebook thinks might happen with the whole setup you've done here. All right, so now we are done with the ad set level. Let's move over to the ad level. So click on next. Yeah, so one of the important things, one of the most important thing to help you get successful on any platform is understanding the tool first. That is one of the most important things. Once you understand the tool, the next step is strategy. You need to know how to use them, which is kind of the most important after understanding how the platform works. Okay, so you've been able to come up with an idea with everything you've got, with everything you know. So that's one part. If they need you to give attention to anything, you're going to find it here. Yeah. Okay, so next is here you could change the name. So we'll call it class 1 ad level. So this is the ad level we are in currently. So here is the create template like I mentioned lately. Okay, here you could turn on partnership ads. So in partnership ads, you're going to find two different brands at the top of your ad. So if you want to do a partnership and both brands or both creators are going to be indicated when the ads is delivering, this is where you turn it on. Okay, so next is the ad setup. There are basically two options. You could find more on other ad objective or campaign objective rather. But for the engagements, currently we have just two where you can create the ad afresh. You could do that all in Ads Manager on this page where we are in or where we are on. Or you could use an existing post that have been published on the Facebook page already or on the Instagram professional account. Okay, so whichever one you prefer, you could go for it. It's still fine. So next, you could select your format. Do you want to use a single image or a single video, or do you want to use a carousel that you could add two or more scrollable images or videos? So there you could decide to use this optimization in using multi-advertisers ads. So you could turn this on. It's more like it provides more placement for your ads to show up or could deliver on. Okay, so your ad can appear alongside other ads in the same ad unit to help people discover products and services from businesses that are personalized to them. Okay, so you read up, read up, read up. At this your early stage, you should be in love with reading instructions, more guides, more explanations on the platform and other related resources. Okay, so for the ad creative, so this is where you're going to add your media. So this is where you have a lot of work to do at the ad level. So select the media and text of your ad. You can also customize your media and text for each placement. So this is where you're going to add your media. So you could So add a video or you add an image or a video. So here's your primary text, more like where your ad copy is being placed. So here's your headline. You could edit here for a headline. Here's your call to action. So you could select different call to action options. So you could see apply now, book now, contact us, get promotions, get quotes, inquire now, learn more, and a whole lot. Sign up, shop now. So this is how you could select a CTA, call to action. Okay, so that is how it works. So we're going to scroll down. This is the messaging template, so you could tweak this if you want, or you could use an existing one. That is if you actually have. So let's add this phone number so that they are going to allow us to rest. Okay. Okay, so I decided to verify this phone number so that they'll allow us to continue. Okay, so you can see I've resolved this problem. Okay, but you're going to learn other things in the full guide on how to professionally set up advertising profiles for ads. So like I told you, this is a new ad account. Here's a message template. We're going to go deeper on this in the full course or in our next video. So you could create a new one or use an existing one if you already have one you've saved. So you could edit it here and also preview in Messenger. So this is tracking. So if you have a website event, you could turn it on or you could set it up, especially if you want to track web events. And it's best for website ads, okay? Ads that sends people to your website. Yes, for app events, if you've already connected an app to the Facebook advertising platform, so that you could track your event or get installs. Okay, so URL parameter, so you could click here. So you could click on this I option to get more information. Add parameters to the end of your website URL to track where your visitors are coming from. Okay, so you could see this is how it all works. So take note, you could always use this I to get more information about a feature you're seeing or you want to understand better. Okay, so here is the review, add review. Yeah, so you could turn it off and turn it on. I usually turn it off when I'm setting up my ads. You're going to find out more when you access other videos. Okay, so here's the advanced preview. Here you could also share your ad, but you need to have created the ad. So we're going to talk about other features like this, the destination, where is your ad going to, and so much more. This is where you could preview them and see how it is. So basically this area is just a preview. This is a preview tab that shows you what you're actually doing, that okay, this is what it looks like. The photo you've added, this is what it looks like. The text, the copy, this is how it's going to appear. Okay, so that's it. So once you're done, you click on the publish button. All right, guys, so that's all for this video and see you in our next video. Bye for now.